Billions of years in the future, the sun will begin to die. And this is what our planet would look like. But what if we turn things up a notch or two? Let's upgrade our star from yellow to blue. How different would the world look? Could your body handle the increased heat? Or would all life on Earth die? This is What If, and here's what would happen if the sun was a blue star. Like any visible light, sunlight contains all the colors of the rainbow. But how we see a star, or any planet, depends on how hot the star is. The coolest stars in the universe have temperatures of about 1750 degrees and emit more red light, while the hottest stars have temperatures over 40,000 degrees and look bluer. Our sun has a surface temperature of 6,000 degrees, so it emits almost equal amounts of blue and red wavelengths. If you could see the sun from space, it would appear whitish. Hang on a second, the sun isn't yellow? Yeah, that's right. The sun only appears yellow to you because of Earth's nitrogen-rich atmosphere. Red light and yellow light have longer wavelengths and can reach your eyes easier. Blue light has a shorter wavelength and scatters more, giving the sky its blue color. But if our sun was a blue star, you'd never get to see a spectacular orange sunset again. Oh, and also you'd get fried instantly.
You know, a blue sun reminds me of The Painting by Warhol. And as much as I'd like to own that piece by Andy, seems unlikely, right? Well, not anymore, thanks to Masterworks. Masterworks allows anyone to invest in the art collecting world at a fraction of what the billionaires pay. That's right, you can invest in some of the art world's biggest names like Banksy, Monet, even Warhol himself. How does it work? Well, simple. Masterworks purchases pieces from these artists for you to invest in through buying shares. They buy, you invest, they sell. You know, the 3 paintings they've sold have returned over 30% net IRR to the investors. Now, past performance isn't a guarantee of future results, but 30% is impressive, and it's no surprise given that art prices have outpaced the Standard & Poor's Index by 164% over the past 26 years. Now's your chance to get in on this exciting opportunity. Skip the wait list and visit masterworks.art/whatif or click on the link in the description below to start investing. Keep building your portfolio and that blue sun might turn green.
Now, before making our sun blue, let's take a look at a couple of bright blue stars that we know of. On the cooler end of the blue star spectrum is Rigel, the brightest in the Orion constellation. Its surface temperature is about 11,000 degrees. While it's almost twice as hot as our sun, Rigel emits at least 40,000 times more energy. And Rigel's diameter is 79 times larger than our star. If our sun was that large, it would swallow Mercury, and temperatures on Earth would increase immensely. But why stop there? You could turn the dial up even further. If we imagine our sun on the higher end of the blue star spectrum, it could be like Eta Carinae. With surface temperatures of 40,000 degrees, this star is over 6 times hotter than the sun. But what's staggering is that Eta Carinae emits 1 million times more energy than our sun. If our sun was that hot, it would be 5 million times brighter than it is today. Violent ejections of plasma would scorch our planet regularly. And the sun would drench us in lethal amounts of UV radiation. There's no way you could survive the heat. If you stepped outside for just 1 second, it would be like stepping in an oven, only hotter. the blue sun would instantly burn all the tissues in your body to ashes and maybe even your bones. It would be game over for you. Just kidding, I wouldn't let you off the hook so easily. Okay, let's imagine that your body was we'd likely freeze up pretty quickly and die anyway. If there's one benefit, it's that all this chaos and destruction wouldn't last forever. Instead, it would end quite quickly. A star like Eta Carinae has a live fast, die young lifestyle. At its young age of about 3 million years, it's already nearing the end of its fuel supply. It could explode into a supernova sometime within the next 100,000 years. Our sun is about 4.5 billion years old, and scientists expect it to keep burning for another 7 billion years. So if we turned up the sun's heat, we'd be dooming our star and our planet to premature death. Not that many life forms would survive to see that day. The earliest life on our planet dates back to about 3.7 billion years ago. At that point, our sun was already 800 million years old. Back then, if the sun burned as hot and bright as Eta Carinae, it would have exploded as a supernova hundreds of millions of years before there was life anywhere nearby. So, our lives seem better with the sun burning at its current temperature. Now, I wonder what would happen if the sun dimmed down a few notches. Well, that's a story for another What If.